48, 2 to 3 days, minimal sleep because you're excited because I'm going to outperform the office expert by Monday. So that system that we design is centered around. I'm just about done with the book, and we're working on the title right now. But there's a concept that we like to, for lack of a better description or analogy, we'll call it a verbal funnel.
Right. Okay.
And that verbal funnel begins with 1, and then it evolves to 1, 3, 5, 7, 10. So here's how this works. I can sound like an expert in any subject matter. How long do you think it might take me to sound? I didn't say I would be an expert, but I would sound like an expert. Okay, if I pick a business, a local business.
Insurance.
Okay, so insurance. I just happen to have an insurance license. If notwithstanding the license and everything else, if I just got started in insurance, and you've been in insurance for longer than me, 5, 10, whatever, doesn't matter.
Right.
You're the go-to guy. You're going to have all the answers. You're going to be the guy in the office that is pissed off because I hired another guy to take leads away from you, and that'd be me, and I might blow through your lead system, but you're pissed, so you don't want to give me any time of day at all. How long do you think it would take me to sound like I know more than you? If I had no experience, no exposure whatsoever, and the only thing I've got is from the license. Let's just say I don't even have the license yet, but I'm allowed to work as a mentee, but just can't sign my name to any contracts. Some states do that. I'm not sure Nevada is one of those. But let's say I haven't even gone to the school to get the licensing. How long do you think it would take me?
I mean, a weekend seems like a long period of time.
What what would that look like to you?
2 days.
Okay, so
to sound like an expert, to try and anticipate whatever you need to anticipate to have the conversation, right?
Now I have a little bit of an edge. I'm a distinguished Toastmaster.
Okay, there you go.
You know what that is?
I do.
Okay, so I got that during the pandemic. Actually, I earned it prior to that, but I was one of the only ones that were awarded it during the pandemic because nobody could get out. So, notwithstanding the little bit of a head start I might have in being able to think on my feet and turn the conversation away from weak areas, it takes about 48 hours. And here's how I would do it. I'm going to spend every waking moment, and I'm going to master my 1. And you said something very key that nailed your 1. In sharing your story, you said it a few times. Do you recall what that is? What do you do?
Helping
That's
people.
right. That's right. So right now you're helping people using real estate as a tool to help them with the complexities and the stress of the single greatest purchase they'll ever make in their life. Right. And you're able to help them navigate those murky, confusing contracts so that they don't end up stepping on their
on those landmines. I know where you're going with it.
Okay, so that's your 1. I help people manage the stress and complexities that are often involved in real estate transactions. So that's what you do. You're not a realtor. It doesn't matter that you're a realtor.
Right.
Most people don't know the difference between a real estate agent and a realtor anyway.
True.
So it doesn't matter what your title is. What do? Well, I help people manage the stress and complexities and just the overburdensome task of real estate issues, whether they're buying or selling or looking to invest in property. It can get messy. And I help people keep their head on straight and get through with good decision making and good mojo when they're done with that process.
Absolutely.
So that's what you. So my one is I empower businesses with the tips, tools, and strategies that they need to be more effective at generating qualified leads, making presentations, and closing more sales using online environments.
Nice.
Like Google, Facebook, and Zoom, the predominant ones in the marketplace right now. So that's my one. What do? I help target demographic solve target demographics problem.
Right.
That's what I do.
Right.
And one of the ways I do that, Matt, is by helping people understand the simple steps to get started in getting online leads. So if you click in the chat, download my 3 things you can do today to start generating qualified leads online for free. Now, let me ask you. Okay, so did you hear what I said? So you got my one. I help businesses.
Right.
Here's 3 things I'm going to give you right now for free.
For free. Right.
That doesn't involve calling me, going to my website, going to a squeeze page. No, it's juicy.
Right.
It's big.
Sizzle. There you go.
It's good.
Right.
One of the things you can do is set up a Google My Business. Now, I'm not just going to say, set up a Google My Business. Now, let's go to number 2. No, here's how you set up a Google My Business. You get it. Here's the info that you need. Here are 5 components that you must have to get your Google My Business off the ground. So they haven't even got to 2 and 3 yet, and now they're going down a rabbit hole of 5 things that they need to make Google My Business work for them.
Right.
So where am I at now? 1, 3, 5. And one of those 5 is to have a broader location base than just your walk-in office. Here are 7 things that Google needs to see to have an area, encompassing area, service area, instead of just a storefront or a real estate office.
Interesting.
You want those zip codes. Okay? So, and now I still have the other 5 in there.
Right.
But now we're on to 7 things you need to set up a geo service location so that Google can serve you up on the search engine result pages for free. All of this is free. And one of those 7 components is developing what's called a citation.
Right.
Most people have never heard of citations.
Right.
Here are 10 things you must have consistent across the board in your citations. And then you can read the other 6 things that you need. So each one of those 3 have a 5. Somewhere in that 5 is a 7 and a 10. 1, 3, 5, 7, 10. And how long did you think it would take? It usually takes about 48 to 72 hours, depending on what kind of weekend somebody's got going on. 48, 2 to 3 days. Minimal sleep because you're excited because I'm going to outperform the office expert by Monday.
Right.
And he's going to look at me differently on Tuesday at the sales meeting when I don't sound like a flunky guy anymore. And I may just be talking nonsense, but it's going to make sense to the target demographic who hasn't got a clue
and who has
about what they're doing.
Right.
And I'm going to sound like an expert. I didn't say I was going to be an expert, but I'm going to have that, what we call the halo effect.